Arrived in the Sunshine State for spectacular sunsets, gentle breezes, warm waters, and for what will be a fantastic race day here at the Miami International Autodrome. Well, it's certainly not sunny here in the Sunshine State. A lap of the Miami Grand Prix features 19 corners and 3.36 miles of track around the Hard Rock Stadium. But these conditions should prove especially difficult for all of our drivers today. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Hauger, Perez, Oscar Piastri, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Albon, Stroll, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Bottas, Russell, Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Joe, Sargent, Gasly, and Esteban Ocon lines up at the back of the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done, Anthony Davidson. Now, I'll be generous here. It's not that long ago that you were racing and entertaining us on a Sunday. But in the years since, the sport has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has, Crofty. You know, the cars have got bigger, they're heavier, but critically, there's more downforce to play with as well now. There was about 4 tons of downforce on the car at 300 kilometers an hour when I drove. You're now looking more towards 5 tons of downforce. So there's a big difference in performance. But because of that, the car being heavier and bigger, you've got to drive in a smoother way. You've got to look after it a bit more. You've got to nurse it through the slow speed corners more. They were much more nimble, agile machines when I drove in Formula 1 compared to now.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. Understood. Stopping this lap. Let's go now, come on. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. All right, we'll be doing one more stop today. 1 stop left in this strategy. Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on. Okay, this is not your true position. They haven't pitted yet, so don't waste time fighting them. They're going to be coming in soon. We can now use DRS. DRS now available. Okay, copy that. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of us, 12.4 seconds. Okay, Dennis, we're seeing a lot of tyre wear at the moment. Please try and look after them. Brilliant, nice move, keep going. So this rain could be with us for a while, light rain conditions for the foreseeable future. We're not certain which is the best tyre right now, dries or inters. Okay, well, it wasn't to be this time, but not to worry. There's a long way to go in this race, so let's focus. Caution, caution. I've got information on Albon for you. Right, they've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring. Okay, be careful. We think you're going to start losing some tyre grip any time now. Good job, nice overtake. Okay, you're doing well out there. Keep it up. We're looking at about 10 more minutes of rain. 10 minutes. Okay, gap ahead, 3.5 seconds. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap. Confirming that we're fitting intermediate tyres. Right, let's go, come on! That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. Okay, Dennis, let's try and climb up the order. I'm setting you a new target. Push, push. Minutes left of this rain, then we think it's going to dry up. 10 minutes. Okay, not sure whether dries or inters are faster. We're right on the crossover. Great stuff, mate. You hit the target well there. Nice one. It's a long way to go in this race, though, so keep your head down. Good job, nice overtake.